What's up, guys? I'm Jonathan with IBARRA'S Food Truck Builders. I'm gonna show you guys what we have going on today. Follow me. All right, guys, so next we're gonna be talking about this white truck over here. What do you want, Sam?
What else do you need from monstra?
Just the cleaning kit, that's it. Because the printer's starting to mess up, so we need the cleaning kit. Just ask for the exact cleaning kit that I texted you. That's the code for it. All right, guys. So there you go. All right, so okay, come on, follow me. Let's keep going. Over here, we're working on this white truck. I just wanted to give you guys a little update of what's going on here. Last time I showed you guys, we kind of just had the framing. We're starting to laminate everything with stainless steel. As you can see, we got the diamond plate floor installed. This took a whole day just to get this done right here. We also cover it to protect it so that when I deliver it to my client, it looks brand new, it looks fresh, it looks polished, it looks amazing. I don't want to wear it out while my guys are working. There's nothing better than, great first impression. So again, if you come on this side over here, you will start to see everything, all the action. We got the insulation going on, all the plumbing. The next thing that's gonna be going in is the 3-compartment sink and hand sink. We're gonna start filling all this up right here. So by the next one, I'm gonna really start to show you guys what it's gonna start to look like. So I'm really excited about that. On the top, as you can see, we got the windows. That's pretty much where the equipment's gonna go in. All the equipment that can't go in through the door, we do put it in through the roof. So again, really cool stuff. I'm gonna see if I can try and get that for you guys. All right, guys, again, I'm very excited to show you guys a quick update on my next street taco trailers. So as you can see, we got the walls up on this one. We're putting up the walls on this one right here, which is number 7. And then we have number 8 completed over there. Also, look at the floors. We just finalized the floors as well. Beautiful diamond plate all the way through. We're getting very close to finishing up all the walls to all 3 of these. As soon as we're done with all 3 of these right here, guys, take a look over here. We got number 9 right over here. Check that out. After we're done with number 9, we are going to number 10. Really excited again. I'm gonna try and catch these 2 up. These guys right here with these 3. So hopefully everything turns out really good, and I'll keep you guys posted on it. All right, guys, so take a look at this over here. So my guy here is making a table right here. So we're welding this part right here. What this is a base for the 1-door prep to refrigerator. So listen, whenever, if you look over here, whenever the refrigerator lands right where the fender is, I can't lay the equipment on top of it, or I can't have it halfway, okay, guys? It's gotta be even out. So in order for me to do that from the inside, I build a frame so that everything is even. That way when you guys are working and stuff, your prep table is not up here and your 2-door counter is down here. They gotta be leveled out, so I do put frame up everything. All right, guys, so one of the main things about us, what we're so proud of, is the quality that we use to make these chassis. Everything is built in-house with very strong, thick material so that it has a strong base. We do not outsource our food trailers. We make our own food trailers. We are dealers and manufacturers. So we put our own VIN number here at IBARRA'S Food Truck Builders. So everything you get from here is built in-house, 100% built in-house, very strong. If you look at these right here, these things right here, this is where the gray water tank, it goes underneath the food trailer. So this holds a 60-gallon gray water tank right here. And then our freshwater tanks, we put them above the food trailer, which I will show you guys later down the road. All right, guys, so check this out. Come on in here. I want to give you a quick update on the street tacos, the one that's more advanced. The reason I say that is because it already has insulation. So as you can see, we use 1.5 inches of insulation. This 1.5 inches, I don't use the 1/2 inch or 1 inch or anything like that. I go as thick as I basically can, which is the thickness of the walls. This helps a lot, especially in the summer. If you don't have insulation, if some people, like to skip this part right here just to save a couple bucks, you will pay for it in the end, especially in a location like Las Vegas, Arizona, places like that, anywhere where you're over 100, you will feel it inside, especially with all the cooking equipment you have going on, and especially if you have fryers inside your trailer. That's why, again, I highly recommend you get insulation. You have things like a swamp cooler or AC. If you go with the swamp cooler, there's a lot of tricks to it. So it's not just throwing up a swamp cooler, because you do have to have an extra water tank. And if you don't know how to install it, you can have leaks all over the place. Just things that I recommend, just my recommendation. If you guys have any questions on this, kind of concerns if you guys are gonna do it yourself or things like that, or you're looking to do it on your food trailer, just shoot me a message and I'll try and help you guys out as much as I can. All right, guys, so just like you, all my other food trailers, my street taco trailers, I like to open all the way around the 360 look. It's the absolute best look that you can go with. You guys know I'm very well known for not having that post here in this corner. That's where I like to put the Alpha store so that everybody can view it, everybody can see it. It's basically a show. It brings people in, it's inviting, especially for people who have never seen one of those before. You have no idea how many people come to my street tacos, especially the one on Fremont and Las Vegas Boulevard, and have never seen a Alpha store machine, especially when it's rotating at night with lights on it. I like to install a light right here just so it could really pop out, guys. Things like that, just ideas like that, they're very, very good. I recommend you try and find you guys this little niche or something different, something that makes you stand out. It will really, really help you. It'll bring people in. They're gonna wanna try it. All you need to do is get them to try it once, and once they love the food, they're a customer for life. So one thing I really want to touch on here really quick, these outlets right here and the switches. So as you can see on my street taco trailers, I put them right above here, right at the entrance. If you don't have the open window all the way around, you will most likely find them somewhere on this wall or this wall. But my main pointer here in talking about this is that, so when you guys are in the market of buying a food truck or a food trailer, just keep in mind, you don't want to buy your food truck or food trailer where your switches are at the end. And the reason is this: if it's dark, if it's late, you know, if you're working late at night, which you will be going to late night events, which I highly recommend. Let's say you have your hallway, right? And then you have tables and chairs and just a lot of things. The last thing you want to do is go into your trailer without being able to see. You need to be able to quickly turn on your lights. I have seen so many food trucks and food trailers where you walk in and the switch is somewhere in the back and you're still trying to search it, you know, trying to look around to see where the switch is, especially if you have to jump over boxes and things like that. It's very, very dangerous. It's a very small thing, but it's also a very crucial thing that I highly recommend that you do have your switches at the entrance. The last thing you want to do is, again, walk in and it be dark and you're trying to search for the light. All right, guys, so a lot of things I like to make in-house because it's a lot stronger. I like to use good quality material. The part that he's welding right now is what we use to put our hydraulic shocks. I don't like to buy them because sometimes they break or they're just not made well. So I just go ahead and make them in-house. He's got all these parts going on right here. I don't want to touch them because they are hot. But again, we built most of the things in-house so that they're very, very strong. All right, guys, so check it out. We just got a bulk order of the 1.5" insulation. It takes up so much space, so I threw it on top of the trailer. Probably shouldn't be showing that because the fire department might not like that. All right, guys, so here's a really good example. I get asked quite a bit, hey, what if the equipment that I need is over 50 amps? Okay, so let me show you guys this. Each plug here is 50 amps max, okay? But when you have equipment, for example, if you're a coffee trailer or a slushy trailer like these guys, and they have machines that require a lot of amps or wattage, we could definitely add more than 50. You will need 2 generators or just a bigger generator. But in this case, these guys wanted to go ahead and separate it and have 2 generators. That way, in case, in my opinion, if one generator fails, you still have a backup. You could go with a bigger generator, but if that thing goes down, you're done. At least sometimes when you have 2, you have backup and you can still kind of operate and maneuver things by just moving power around. If you guys ever have any questions or concerns, just to answer that question, yes, you could have more than 50 amps. All right, guys, so these things right here you see are the top signs that I like to put on top of all my trailers. It's my signature look, especially with the angle in the front where you pull. I really recommend them. I like them a lot. It covers up the things that you put on top. For example, if you put your tanks on top, your up-blast exhaust, the fan, just things like that, anything that you have on top, it really covers it up. I think it gives it a nice clean look, and just overall it's better because when you do go and wrap your food trailer, you get to put your signage there. So when you're next to other smaller food trailers, yours is going to stand out the most. So again, guys, if that's something you guys are looking to add to your food trailer, I do it all the time, and then just ask me and let me know about it. All right, guys, so today we talked about everything that's going on around the shop, some of the repairs we have going on, the updates on the Street Tacos trailer, how we got, 6, 7, and 8, and then we're gonna be doing the next 2, 9, 10. I'm gonna keep you guys updated on that as well. One of the things that I really liked about this is that we talked about a lot of the questions that I get asked. I get asked a lot of questions. I'm happy that I got a few of them out there for you guys. Hopefully this helps you guys. Please let me know. Don't forget to follow, comment, subscribe. And again, guys, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time.